my God, you guys. I've been reading the reviews that you've been leaving, and I'm just, you know what? I promise you, I wanted to make this video more creative just to show you how much it means to me, but it looks so dumb. But I promise, one day I'm going to have a whole team, a whole techo team, and we're going to make these videos so fucking hot. So thank you, all those who took the time. It's so fucking amazing. You guys so rock. You rock, man. Do you hear me? Oh, and all you newbies, you're just going to have to get used to me as being really like raw, and I welcome you. You're in a very special, highly crowd. And I'm Nicole, a HEYOKA empath, and I am, I guess what you call, well, if you've joined in now or you've just accidentally but not tuned in, I guarantee you're about to take a massive leap in your life, or something's about to be cut off. Major changes. You're looking for answers. You've been praying. You've been searching. You've been in the dump. You've been crawling and crawling and crawling, and then you find my channel. This is why you're here, because I'm going to give you the one solid core you're going to digest, and it's going to make all your veins circulate with illuminated blood, which means you're going to be able to see your way out, let go of all the crud and the scabs off your ass and all other parts, and you're going to be pumping real love. That's what this channel is about. So let me get started. Okay, I'm so happy to be here, guys, ladies. Now, it's so hard for me to be serious with you guys. I just want to play. Okay, I just want to say, you know, in a time where people are craving a higher truth, a more surreal experience, spells. Personally, I prefer shape-shifting. That's my specialty. But it would make sense, and also that an empath who can reach out and just feel you, especially a HEYOKA empath, and especially someone who is psychic like me and who is so blessed to be able to go into the dark places and put the lantern on for you to see where you're bumping your head, on and on and on. All these people, these individuals, although they are advanced in spiritual technology, it comes at a very high cost. And that cost usually almost, if not kills off a part of them in the process. They've earned what they can see. Their eyes have been pried open. Now, I include here also, just so you know, all those sensitive people, all you that I'm talking to that have a very sensitive heart and can feel others' pain. And I just like to address, I had this really simple, profound comment by this dynamite lady, dynamite, her name's Nikki. And she said to me in the comment, after she wrote me a novel about what the video did for her, and I love you, girl, thank you. She wrote something very profound. I don't even think she knows how profound it is. She wrote, "It seems that those with a large heart will suffer the most pain. Today it's accepted and it's like true. But why? It doesn't even make sense. If you have a large, expansive heart and it's filled with love, why would you not attract life and things and scenarios, especially people with large, expansive hearts, love? Why would you not do that? Why would pain come instead?" Like, she's very right, and that's what I'm going to tackle, because most people don't think about this. How does your heart get large? It would need to break. So when it breaks, it expands, kind of stretches out, fibers stretching because you're still alive, so it's still holding things together, but it's bigger. That's what pain does. Pain is what makes our hearts larger. I think you'll all agree to that. How fortunate for us that we get to experience this human emotion. And we get to store it in our personal storage of power. Now, I say of power and strength, actually. I say strength because that's what compassion is. The ability to feel another human being's pain, connect to them, because our storage is so filled with that type of stuff. It's a lot deeper. So we've accumulated so much of it. And so we can connect easier, because if we've gone through this much and they're just here, we have all this room and we can take them in, we can connect because we have more than they actually have. Because you notice the people, I call it being inconvenienced, who are bitching and complaining and don't have the time of day for anyone's pain. I don't want to judge them, but I'll say not real pain. I'll say they're used to being spoiled. They're used to having the luxury of time and people and resources, but not cracking open. Not cracking open. Pain makes our heart big, okay? And these big hearts attract people who need massive healing. We attract those. Narcs, maggots, parasites, toxic people that need massive healing, which then gives us immense pain. And it's gone full circle. Sorry about that. So when we get these types of people who need massive healing, then turn around and give us immense fucking pain, everything's gone full circle. So what's the fucking point? I'll tell you what the gem of this point is. Because when your heart expands, and pain made it do that, you will be empathic towards others with that pain. Because pain busted your heart's door wide open. It just blew off the hinges, no boundaries. So now every kind of pain is welcomed. But once pain in raw form comes from a person, through your person, and it hits your big, huge heart, your heart develops hinges that are sturdy, solid, and unfucking breakable. Unfucking breakable. That's why you didn't break. And now, and only now, is your heart that is large, emotionally, not just intellectually, because intellectually can lead to guilt. Your heart's like, I don't take riff-raff anymore. I'm good. You don't take just any pain anymore. But now, your heart is also capable of extending itself, its tentacles. Oh fuck, I almost said tentacles, testicles, no. Not testicles. That's so hairy gross right now to put in there, I'm so sorry. But now your heart, that's humongous, that's choosy, does not feel guilty to not take any riff-raff, narc, toxic family. Now it's huge, So it's got, again, these testicles, shit. Now it's huge and it's got tentacles to reach out to everything and everyone. And take in that beauty as it so chooses. Not pain choosing it. And I say everyone because, and even empaths don't know this, they have the ability to absorb specific energies that they are aware of and or not aware of that will actually lift you out of your dungeon instead of just absorbing all the toxicity and shit. So that's what a lot of empath and HEYOKAs and sensitive people don't know. They're so busy absorbing and just taking, not of their choosing, because they maybe didn't get the part where the heart's grown the hinges. I know a lot of you have, and I'm very, very proud. Very, very proud. I bow down to you because you fucking earned those hinges. And now there's no guilt because emotionally, your heart's emotionally large now, too. Not just, again, intellectually, because you understand the situation was fucked, but emotionally large and intellectually emotional in that sense, where it gets to pick and choose, and it does not feel guilty. It's not stuck in logic. It's grown to be its own world. And so now it can pick and choose where to go out and absorb and suck in nourishment. I'll give you an example. I was living in New York and I was so friggin' alone when I was studying school there. No friends, no nothing. And I mean, I'll give you an idea of my Friday nights. My Friday nights was, okay, I'm gonna take a nice big bubble bath with all my lotion, commotions, my music, get me in the mood, and I'd finish, and I put my oil on my body, and I'm glistening soapy and looking awesome because I put these red lights in just to give me the ambiance. And then I'm done, I pat myself dry, I spray a little perfume because, you know, I have this romance molecules going throughout my body. And then I'm sitting in bed and I'm like, now what? I know, I'll take another bath. Yeah, I took another whole bath with the whole routine, and that's what my Friday nights were, okay? So, I decided I'd go out one day and catch feelings. I would go out and catch, and there were two in particular that I was looking for. One was to feel safe, because when you're alone, especially as a girl in New York, you don't feel safe, especially when you hear bullets out your window. I wanted to feel safe and I wanted to feel love. Masculine strength. And I say masculine strength not because I needed a guy, but because I needed what a masculine strength represented, which was clear, concise thinking, living in the present, having your energy focused so I wouldn't be in all this emotional mush. I needed to see basically my ordeal as no biggie. And I was going through things besides the lonely thing. For love, this is what I did. I actually went to the park and I picked a couple. And I know, stalker, right? I picked a couple that I felt all this good shit coming off and I would follow them. But I wouldn't just follow them and then hide in the bushes, and I'm like, okay, let me eavesdrop. It wasn't anything that infringed their privacy. I would follow, but I would take my eyes and I would zoom in to the hands, to their palms holding, and I would observe how thick his palm was and what puffy and how that would feel and how smooth and softer, and his would be a little coarse, and he might be a little sweaty because testosterone, and she might be a little slippery because she has lotion, and the bond. And I saw where his hand went over to be protective and where she just gave in, and I analyzed it to fucking pieces, and I breathed it all in, and I felt held. felt loved. I caught those feelings and I took them in. And it was a wonderful thing. It was a wonderful thing. And then, and you got to understand, especially at that time, since I hadn't had a boyfriend yet, I had actually no reference at all. So that's what I did. Now for strength. For strength, I'd go to hit movies. Like, I kid you not, hit movies. And the reason I would go to hit movies is because, again, if you're going to catch feeling and you're going to take yourself out of yourself and dive into a different character or a human being, it doesn't matter. But to me, when I'd watch a hitman and I'd see how he'd have to look up, behind his shoulder and barely eat and like sleep with one eye open, and it's like gun right there, and especially if someone he loved died, he'd have no time to mourn. Just needs to get on, needs to be on his game and everything. I inhaled that so deeply. I went into what that person's life must have been, where they crawled out of, who they connected to be a spy, to be a hitman, how they're hardened, how they're not hardened. It's not that I felt like being a hitman. It's that I had such a thick skin by the time I left, that my perspective of my situation, a girl in New York being scared, no family, no nothing, and things going on also, was fucking nothing. As long as I could breathe, I could fucking do everything. And I'm telling you, I know you might be listening to this and thinking, oh, that's interesting, but I wish I could take you through it. If you really think about, watch the movie, the character, and see and imagine what his life must be like, then because you're also inside yourself is going to be strengthened by that, because you've got to up your game. It's now survival, and it's like training. When you go through training and you can barely do your last chin-up, or you're squatting and it's like someone took a knife and it's like digging your quad because it's searing with pain and it's burning and it's on fire, and you say 10 more and you go 10 more. When you're used to that kind of on the edge living, your emotions, that is fluff, because that's what are their words that make you feel things, don't have fucking weight. It's like zero. So that's what I did. And I knew the next morning I was going to eat my obstacles for breakfast and everything was fucking amazing. So I didn't need love and I didn't need friends. I didn't need anything. I was good to go. I was self-contained, something a lot of you have at your disposal if you're willing to use your expansive, now for sure, heart and dive into a human being. Emotionally, getting out of all your shit. Get out of it. Dive into their life, their stuff, whatever. Absorb that instead of filling up on your crud. And it will make a world of difference. And you know what? I even fucking went hardcore, okay? There is this man called Roman Abramovich. He's the only reason I'm here, I'll tell you. He's a self-made, not millionaire, billionaire, who was an orphan. And he was going through a lot of court cases because there was some kind of mafia guy he was connected to, whatever, which means his life's at stake. And it doesn't mean that it doesn't matter that he has all that money and whatever. Your life's at fucking stake. People can find you. And I watched him in the court proceedings and I studied his face and I studied his nerves. He wasn't tranquilized. He wasn't anything. He was so present. He was, I don't know, I can't tell you how much I sucked up his strength. I was so grateful to him that I wanted to do a special acknowledgement in the book that I wrote to him, but I would need special permission or who knows what would happen to me. So one day I'll have to thank him personally. But what I'm saying to you guys right now, think about what I said. The heart, at first with pain, meant to grow your heart, which is going to attract massive healing type garbage, damaged, people toxic. In order to blow, because the hinges are off, it's attracted all kinds of riffraff, but now because they've pierced it, your big heart is strong enough to grow the hinges back, and emotionally now so big that it can say, not you anymore, not you anymore, and not you anymore. But now, because it's so big, you have so much room for so much light. You can dive into beauty, to nature, to an animal, to a human. That's what you're doing with me now. That's exactly what you're doing with me. And I love you so much for it. And that is what the fuck I'm doing with you. Absolutely. It works two ways. So I'm glad we've had a chance to exchange our tentacles. I'll let you go with that for now. Think about that. I love you. Bye.